My name is Tani Miki. I'm a settler of Japanese descent living on Treaty 1 territory and the homeland of the Métis Nation. I work at Ace Art Inc., an artist-run center dedicated to the support, exhibition, and dissemination of contemporary art. While I have been personally affected by racism, mostly during my early years, I've also been fortunate to have as role models my parents, who are activists for the Japanese Canadian community and anti-racism efforts in Canada. My father was involved with negotiations in the 1980s with the federal government to redress Japanese Canadians interned during the Second World War due to the racist policies of the governments of the time. One of the reasons for the success of achieving a just settlement for the injustices against Japanese Canadians was that Japanese Canadians were able to garner support from many influential allies in the wider community. Presently, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen the issue of racism rise to the forefront. People of Asian descent have been verbally and physically attacked, stirred up in large part by President Trump's slur that COVID-19 is a quote-unquote Chinese virus. And the murder of George Floyd, a black man killed by a white police officer in May 2020, exposed the dark and insidious nature of systemic racism. For many of us, people of color and non-people of color, it has awakened us from our denial or complacency. It has sparked calls for change in all our institutions, including art museums and galleries. My organization, like many across Canada, has not been untouched by the ripples of change, and we have found ourselves wrestling with how to create a new type of organization, one that's more equitable, accessible, and accountable to our community. A positive aspect of the COVID-19 pandemic and events of the past year is that it has presented a pause, a space for reflection, and an opportunity to reset all our institutions. However, with the recent departure of President Trump from the world stage, I wonder if the momentum is waning. His words and actions that were at times racist and extreme angered many people and helped to generate a strong counter-reaction. I hope that during the remaining months of the COVID-19 pandemic, however long that will be, that we don't lose sight of this chance to address social justice and systemic racism issues, and finally take action to make real, deep, and lasting change.